The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's got room. He's by himself. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, LA. Wow, first play of the game, CD. 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The return is Reed. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the 50, here's Herbert. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Even for a guy who many believe has become the standard in the league, Myles Garrett's 2021 was special. 16 sacks set a team record and were 3rd in the NFL, and he made first-team All-Pro to the surprise of no one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series. They're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again. The
Cleveland offense ready to go.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on 3rd down. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Steps away, and that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
After the turnover, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll share the defense.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Jedrick Wills, former 1st-round pick, guilty there.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Here comes Reed.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Forced out to his left.
And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Herbert on 1st down now. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
This is caught, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
Grant on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson off play action. He'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw is Watson.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go up the middle with Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The Browns at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners at 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Watson.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
York on 4 Browns field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert has got it to Williams. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, L.A.
You talk about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score. Chargers 21. Browns 9. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense...
There he goes left side.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, It's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Watson. James has got it. Complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Off of play action, it's Watson. And I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept on jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And some room to roam now. Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll run for it. Chubb, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And the Chargers first down.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Touchdown! Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Chargers are able to add on to their 1st half lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Justin Hopkins, the kickoff for the Chargers.
4 seconds, all that remain here this 1st half as the kick gets away. Taken at the goal line.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watson's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Watson now to throw. Buying time to his left.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable 1st half that's carried over with an interception to begin the 2nd half. That's a defeated offense right there. There's still a lot of game left.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's 1st play.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Straight ahead, here's Roundtree.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Herbert.
Open man is Palmer.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing again is Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Big play that time by Mike Williams, and it picks up a 1st down, and he's coming off a career-best 76 catches at 1,146 yards last season and was rewarded with a nice extension for his efforts. Definitely hope to continue his improvement in his 6th season as a Chargers big play threat.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Herbert. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
On 1st down, they'll run with Roundtree. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Throwing the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line.
The team brings on the return. The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw again on second down. Watson
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout. As we get set for the fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson.
Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. On the move past the 40.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Watson.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On first and 10 is Spiller. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 9. Daniel, throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Daniel, he's got a man. It's his fullback.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
take a knee here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Rolling to his right.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. On first down, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by York is up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Reed going to bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chargers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.
You